Great to have your company on Wide World of Sports. Well, just before we head out to the snow, Alex Pullin, a lot of people come into hire shops and they get good gear and they go out, they get their snowboard and away they go. But this little baby here is a refined piece of machinery. This is your racing board.
It is, yeah, she's a weapon, Tim. It's we've got a board that's been constructed by hand in Austria, a company that I work really closely with. The design process has been pretty long. You know, it takes a while to figure out what you want out of a board and also making it sit really well with my own technique. So basically, I've got quite a long board, which is looking for speed. It's a board that's quite stiff compared to others. Got a lot of different materials in there on top of a wood core, which dampen the vibrations at a high speed and allow it to run, the shape of the board allow it to run really straight, fast, and basically keep really stable at high speed and all the situations you get in when racing boardacross.
Most of us average humans always make sure we've got our wallet in our pocket. The brain box, you always, well, I've spent a few days with you now, this doesn't leave you.
No, look, this one's a special one. Of course, high speeds, a surface like snow, it's as firm as concrete at sometimes, and really, I mean, it's comparable to motorsport. So when you look at the impacts that you can have in a race or in training, they can be really severe, and I think the head's one of the things I've really focused on looking after. The helmet that I have here has a MIPS system in the back of it, which means that when I crash, the two shells can actually break, absorbing more impact. And it's certainly something that I think is critical every day out there, because you never know when you might have a prank.
It's a big point, isn't it, is for people just doing recreational skiing or snowboarding. It doesn't take much to get the helmet and actually adds to the warmth a bit.
Totally, yeah, and it's comfort. These days helmets are built light and yet still really safe. So it's something that I have no trouble putting on every time I go out. All
right, now these things are the boots, and look, some of us will have boots our whole lifetime. These will probably last, how many do you go through a year, 3, 4?
Yeah, look, even in a season, I'll go through about 4 pair of boots. I'll rotate them all evenly, and that's basically because I like a certain flex. Some take a little bit of time to break in. This is a pretty stiff boot. I've also put in a custom layer here to get a bit more stiffness, a bit more life out of them. Rotate them all through the season. Some I like, softer boots in different conditions. Some you'll need maybe in a higher speed course, a bit stiffer for more stability. And yeah, I tend to turn them over a lot quicker than most other people would, but comes with the territory, I guess.
All right, in the old words of someone I don't quite know, these boots were made for boarding. We better get out there and do some stuff.
Definitely, look forward to it.
Well, here we are, we're all kitted up, got the gear on, ready to ski. Conditions absolutely superb here in Mount Hotham. Now, Alex, you're going to tell us about the run as you go down. But the thing that I'm absolutely fascinated by is when you are ready to go, at the start, the focus, what happens?
Yeah, look, it's a pretty intense moment. Obviously, especially when you're in the gate alongside all the other competitors. I really just try to channel into my own zone, I find my own line, and out of the start gate, there's certain things you can predict tactics-wise, there's other things that are going to be totally unpredictable.
Because it's frenetic, isn't it? It's over and it's like that.
Yeah, and it's explosive. In 1 second the gate's going to drop and it's just all in. It's an absolute sprint event. So you've really got to call in all your energy and focus to be right there in the moment.
All right, Alex Chumpy Pullin live on Wide World of Sports, ready to burn and have a crack, my friend.
Woo, let's go, buddy. All right, so we're out here on the hill today. We got some pretty foggy conditions, but still a lot you can work with. All mountain terrain like Mount Hotham, boardacross techniques become really relevant, and I'm able to use a lot of the mountain to practice some of those techniques. So one of which, we're on a cat track right now. You can practice gliding, getting your board really in tune, and tucking. Another great one to work on. We'd often race a lot of these cat tracks, so head-to-head sort of combat. It's not a track as such, but it's still a great sort of 4-line to work with. You can get up and really race out some good heats. Get really comfortable with getting close to other people and Another one we work with when we've got some good pitch coming up, to practice carrying a lot of speed right in there and really getting your edge direction and being able to look ahead, get your judgment right in tune for where you got to end up. On top of that, we're pretty windy. On top of that, we've got a nice big open pitch here. Really let the board open up, get some good top speed and work on the turns. Another great flat pitch. Really get the board in line. Want to practice gliding and carrying that speed all the way across the flat. These flat sections are exactly like a straight for, say, a V8 car or Formula 1 MotoGP, and really practice that in the tough positions. And there, that's how we use a standard run in Australia for a perfect way to train board across.
Hey, well done. You look like you're having some fun.
Yeah, really fun. Couple of laps here. It's been a good morning.
Breezy day, but we get great conditions here in Australia, don't we?
We do, and you know, for me, right in the backyard, there's some really perfect ways to come up, like Mount Hotham this morning with the cat tracks. Work on some speed, gliding, tucks, and that's pretty good skills to have when I head back to the Northern Winter and ride some tracks.
All right, well, let's head to Canada right now, and your favourite course, one of your favourite courses anywhere in the world, and watch Chumpy in practice. Plenty more Wide World of Sports after this.